And we are here at Winkin Sports Complex. I'm Will Cavanaugh, and this is Philip Rabarge. We are in the home opener of the Husson Eagles baseball season. After a 8-8 start to the season, it's been up and down with some huge wins and a few tough losses early in the season. We are here for like I said, the home opener, Philip, and we have the USM Huskies, University of Southern Maine, coached by Scott Heath, the first year after 39 seasons from Coach Flaherty, one of the greatest and winningest coaches in USM history and Maine baseball history. Philip, what are we expecting?
Well, first of all, it's great to be here.
We'll do the national anthem very quickly. And we are back. Again, I am Will Cavanaugh with Philip Robarge, and we are here at Winkin Sports Complex for the Husson Baseball home opener. Very excited to be here. Philip, let's go back to what we were talking about. Coach Flaherty down after 30 years. Scott Heath taking over. What can we expect?
Yeah, replacing any coach is a tough thing to do with expectation and all, but when that coach has been there for 39 seasons, as you said, over 1,100 wins, as Ed Flaherty was, that is no small task. Scott Heath will have a lot to live up to, but looking at their record for last season, they were 17-21, so he won't be expected to win the championship right away, but he's inheriting a talented group of guys, and really his focus should be on playing good baseball consistently, and the rest will follow.
I totally agree. USM has been so successful for so many years, and like you said, you can't be expected to win the championship right away. But I think he has to be expected to just bring in good baseball like it has been for 39 straight seasons. And started with that, I'll highlight a few players. Kyle Dewin from Coney High, all-region first team last year. First baseman is unreal. The third bat in the lineup for the USM Huskies, and he's a .335 career hitter with 19 home runs. Look out for him. He is very solid. Another guy, 100% from Lisbon, Maine, .311 career average, who I played in high school back in my day. Very solid. He is playing right field today. He can play anywhere, though. And then on the mound for them, Ian Libby from Gray, Maine, has only thrown 4 innings in his career, but has a 1.93 ERA. So that's, for a young kid from Gray, Maine, that's only is he a freshman or sophomore? I think he's a sophomore. Not a lot of innings. Look out for a big game from him. And on the mound for the Eagles, we have Alex Smith with Tanner Evans at short, Colin Marshall at second, Jackson Curtis at first. The normal Matt Holmes in right, Akira Warren in left, Hunter Curtis in center. And a change today, Tanner Crowley's behind the plate. And a big change for the Eagles that is new with Keegan Sear out. We have Ryan Bosquet at third, and Tanner Evans has moved to short. And here's the first pitch, called strike by Alex Smith. Number one again, Hunter Brissett up at the plate for his first appearance of the day. Alex, long windup. Two strikes here for the Eagles. Alex Smith seems to move fast, Philip.
Yeah, he's definitely working quickly, and 0-2 count, looking to put away Brissett here.
Here's the pitch, wind up, just outside. Good stop by Crowley. Crowley hasn't started many games as a sophomore right now, but he is stepping up in a big game. It's non-conference, but a USM battle is always a big battle for them.
Absolutely it is, and it's a tough, especially when you haven't beaten this team in a very long time. In fact,
Smith just misses outside there.
the last time I think Husson beat them, or rather their last 10 games, stretching all the way back to 2015, Husson have gone winless.
And that's called strike 3. Swing and a miss by 100%. And the ball is thrown around the bases. Good start for the Eagles. Alex Smith with a good inning at UMaine last Wednesday, after a huge win in Orono. D3 beating a D1 is not talked about very often, and it happened, and it was very impressive. Now up Anthony Poole, the center fielder. Just up. Ball 1. Poole from South Portland, Maine, was a all-conference right fielder last year. And he fouls it off. Almost takes his teammate out next to the dugout.
Yeah, he spoiled that one.
.319 hitter at USM with 5 home runs and blistering 56 hits last season.
Yeah, this is a man that knows how to get on base, and you won't want to leave him.
Called strike 2. Looked like a little off speed right there. Froze Anthony Poole. Smith checks his little wristband, like a QB. Winds up. Fouled off again.
Yeah, another good pitch there from Smith, going right back at him, not wasting much here. So 1-2 count. He can afford to throw one a little outside.
Wind off the right, looking like towards left center field. There might be a chance, and that is knocked to right field for a base hit. Anthony Poole fights one off with 2 strikes for a beautiful opposite field base hit. And this is the guy that has been talked about for a while, for the last 3 seasons at USM. Kyle Dewin, first baseman, all-region first team last year. And he's a career .335 hitter and has 19 home runs in his career, lefty bat.
Yeah, and we saw it right there, taking that off-speed pitch the other way. Certainly a big threat.
And Dewin goes out to the first one, high fly. Short center, Hunter Curtis is on it, and that is the second out of the inning. Dewin just kind of got jammed on that and didn't get a full bat on it. Maybe a torpedo bat would have helped him out there.
That's right. Maybe it would have, but.
Quick 2 outs for Alex Smith, and now Peter Kablinski from Ellsworth. So a couple Ellsworth boys on Husson, as we know, some very big Ellsworth boys. Kablinski going against some of his former teammates. Ball 1 outside. He's a career 6'6", 267 hitter. He has also pitched 6 innings this year and has a .96 ERA. So he can pitch too. He's playing shortstop today. Pretty good player, I'd say. Smith out of the stretch. Just stop. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Here at Winkin Sports Complex. If you're just joining us, I'm Will Cavanaugh. This is Philip Robarge. Glad to be here for the first home game of the season. With a small lead at first. Nothing crazy. Smith in the stretch. There's a pitch. Just low. 3 balls, no strikes. Just missing a little outside on a few.
Yeah, he really needed that one. Not good. That's definitely the hitter's count. A 3-0 count. He really wanted that one to avoid this, but here he is.
Curious to see what the third baseman coach has told him. He's going to let one ride there. And that is low. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk. After a good start for Alex Smith, a tough 4-pitch walk there.
Yeah, I just couldn't get him to pull the trigger on any of those, and gives up the walk.
We now have number 7, Mike Incolari, who's an outfielder from New Haven, Connecticut. .276 batting average this year. Has started every game and has 2 stolen bases. Big lead at second for Poole. Here's the pitch. And gets the outside corner for strike 1. Smith back in the stretch. Marshall and Evans playing with Poole a little bit. And he fights one off down the right field line. Out of play. 2 quick strikes for Smith here. Smith seems to really be finding his location on the outside corner. A few strikes and a few balls, but that's a good spot for a pitcher to stay in the first few innings for sure. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And high. Crowley stands up, throws it back.
Yeah, there's that big lead that you were talking about off second. Definitely aggressive base running when you got 2 down, and now with 2 strikes on him, we'll see now just how big
Evans
that
is
leads
not
get.
holding him, though.
Runners could go. Oh, boy.
And that is an error from Alex Smith. He throws it right of Tanner Evans, the shortstop, and everyone moves on. That is not the play we're looking for there. Alex Smith and Tanner Evans look like a little miscommunication.
Yeah, that's, to say the least, that's absolutely a lack of communication there by the Eagles. I mean, just throwing it to absolutely nobody.
And I really think, either way, I think they had him, but I don't think Evans was expecting a ball there.
Yeah.
And they have to communicate that, like you said. Here's the pitch with runners in scoring position now. There's a foul off into the stands. Good fight here. 1-2 count. 2 outs. 2 guys on. Can Smith get out of this small little jam to start the game? Here's a windup. And fouls another one off. Good fight here by Mike Ancolari. Very good fight.
Yeah, definitely making Smith work for it here.
As we know, it might be a bullpen day for the Eagles without non-conference and after 4 games this weekend. So we'll see how many pitches Alex Smith throws, but very talented. We'll see. Curious to see how many pitches we throw today. There's the pitch, and he fouls off another one. Good battle here.
Yeah, he's fouling off his 4th pitch at this at-bat.
Like I mentioned, 1-2 count still to 3 more foul balls. Smith back in the windup. This guy's on second and third. There's a pitch. And just missed outside. Not a bad spot. 2-2 count.
No, you're right. He had him swinging last couple times with that pitch. He throws it again just a little bit more outside, but he's smart. He didn't go for it. Counts 2-2 now.
Smith delivers. Good play. Base wrap to second base. Marshall, routine, makes the play smoothly. And that is a 0-0 ball game after a error and 1 hit. Kind of a in-between start for the Eagles. At first it looked really good, and then a couple balls and a walk and then a hit. And just interesting start.
Yeah, definitely. It's opening day for everybody, isn't it?
It is, for the home team.
Yes. So
it's cold out there.
It is. That wind will play a factor in this one. Not sure exactly what it is, but I definitely know, having played baseball myself, when you get the wind going around like that, pop flies become anything but routine. And it's sunny, too. Not too many clouds in the sky, so hopefully you lose one in the sky. Along with the wind, that can really just be a deadly duo for any outfielder.
Like I mentioned, we have Ian Libby on the mound from Gray, Maine. Went to Gray New Gloucester High School. 1.93 ERA and only 4 innings pitched this year, but very talented kid. Tall, 6'3". We got 100% right field. Anthony Poole in center. Kyle Dune at first. Peter Kleminski at shortstop. Mike Ancolari in left. Joe Bova DHing. Jack LeBon at third. Dylan Furman is the catcher. And Chris Quigley is at second base. For the Eagles, a couple changes today, Philip. We have Akira Warren, who has been the starting left fielder for 4.5 seasons now, will start. And then Tanner Evans has moved back up to the second spot. He is playing shortstop, number 9. Jackson Curtis, the big dog, number 16, hitting third. Hunter Curtis, his brother, hitting my apologies, number 25. Matt Holmes playing right. Then Hunter Curtis playing center. Ryan Bisquette playing third. Tyler Mishu DHing. Tanner Crowley catching. Colin Marshall playing second. And as we know, Alex Smith just threw the first inning. So good, very good, solid lineup for the Eagles. Akira Warren steps up to the plate in the all-white. Quick work down there. Strike 1. I like that. Ian Libby. No wind-up here, just out of the stretch. Misses outside. 1-1. Garrett Warren from Halldale High School. Been around here for a while now. One of the most talented outfielders Husson has seen in a long time. It's like a little curve or slider back in the, almost came back into the play, but decided to call it a ball just inside. That is high, 3-1. Warren very disciplined behind the plate. As we know, he has been talented here for a long time. All conference last year, hitting .304, as we know. Full count here for Warren. Libby working fast.
Worked himself into a full count here. Let's see what he can do.
Earns a walk as he trots down first base. Good start for the Husson Eagles. Number 9, Tanner Evans, walks up to the plate from Greenbush, Maine, Old Town High School.
Yeah, you mentioned Tanner Evans moved to shortstop. Last 3 years he's played third base, and that move to shortstop can be particularly tough because you're covering a lot more ground than you were previously.
Akira's gone, and he beats the throw easy. Stolen base from Akira Warren.
Yeah, very smart play there.
Very big jump. Very well-handled jump. Tanner Evans, as Philip mentioned, played third base last 3 years. He moved over because Keegan Sear has been out with injury, a shorthanded shortstop. So Tanner Evans made the move over. That's inside, ball 1. That is now 1-1. Evans with a down year, he'd say himself last year, but off to a great start this season already, and is great captain and is so shorthanded in the field. So important to this team.
Absolutely, too. And you look at that shortstop position, when you think of the infield, that's the communicator. And the fact that Evans is a senior, I mean, you look to those guys to be the communicators, and I think the Coach Morris trusts him, and he obviously shows a lot defensively for them, so I think the move works.
Big lead by Warren. Throw back. Just a little scare for Warren there. Dives back in time. 2-1 count. Evans with a runner in scoring position. Base knock probably scores Warren, the speedster. Evans with a ground ball, middle. And nice play by Kloblinski to get the out at first. But he does move over Warren.
Yeah, you move over the runner there, and that's always tough when you ground out like that, but at least you know the runner is 30 feet closer to scoring position.
Exactly. And now you have Jackson Curtis, one of the best hitters in Division III baseball, up with a guy on third. Strike 1.
Yeah, you said it. This is his bread and butter. RBIs. He's
7 RBIs against Division I UMaine last week. And that is hammered to deep left center field. But foul.
Well, how close was that one? How close was that one? The wind maybe taking it a little bit. Just a reminder for Libby, just the power that is at the plate right now.
Ball 1. Count is 1-2 to Curtis. And Curtis hammers one to deep left center field, way back. And gone! A home run for Jackson Curtis. That is kind of what he does, Philip.
That's exactly what he does. That first one was just nothing but a warning shot.
That is now his 28th home run as a Husson Eagle.
Absolutely unstoppable. I mean, what can you do?
That's just the normal nowadays for number 16. And you know, it's like Big Papi and Manny.
Yep.
Matt Holmes is now up 2-0 Husson Eagles. Like you said, that was a warning shot, the first foul ball. Ball 1.
And we'll see if he throws Matt Holmes something similar.
Matt Holmes hammers one and sneaks out of play. Foul ball. 1-1 count. 1 out. And inside. Holmes, who kind of crowds the plate a little bit. Such a solid hitter. Very Mike Napoli-like, as he would say himself. Said he strikes out a few times, but he hits with so much power. 2-2, swing and a miss. A little change up there, it looked like.
Yeah, he was definitely thinking fastball on that one, but he hit him with the change up and got him out in front of it.
And Holmes knocks one to right center, and that's down for a base hit. Matt Holmes reminding us who he is. The sophomore from Bangor, Maine, so solid at the plate.
Yeah, that was just good contact there. I mean, he was way out in front of the first one, but he made that adjustment and
great piece of hitting.
Dropped one into the outfield for a base hit.
Now up, Jackson Curtis's little brother, Hunter Curtis, who's just as talented and special at the plate. Livy makes a look at first and throws over, and Holmes is back. Curtis, the center fielder. Ball inside. And Hunter Curtis has hammered one to deep left center field and gone! We have 2 home runs in the first inning by the Curtis brothers. Unreal, Philip Ravage.
Absolutely. I mean,
same spot.
You said it. Unreal. That was the same spot.
Like I said,
his brother hit it.
2 of the most talented hitters you'll see in Husson history.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
That's exactly what he said. Look who the first is to greet him at the dugout. It is now 4-0 Eagles. With Ryan Bisquette, the third baseman, the lefty. Let's see if he can add on to this.
Make it a 3 home run inning. That was the same spot that his brother hit it. That's funny.
Did he strike one? I apologize. That was ball 2. Just outside. That is strike 1. Now it is 2-1 count to Bisquette. Ryan Bisquette, kind of a utility guy. Plays any position. He's from Meredith, New Hampshire. Sophomore. 3-1 count. He has started the last 7 games with Keegan Sear out at a third and Tanner moved to short. And that is a quick 5-pitch walk for Bisquette. Way to get on.
Yeah, he is just falling apart this inning, Libby. He has just not had the start, gave up the 2 early home runs, and now he's giving up a walk. He is just needs to settle himself down and try and get himself into some sort of rhythm to stop the bleeding of this inning.
We'll see if he can get an out here or maybe a mound visit will happen just to help him calm down a little bit. It's not a tough start here. I mean, the wind's blowing out to deep left center field, like we said earlier. Tyler Minshew up, a senior who has had a very good chance this today to make another name for himself. Can very much hit for power. He's DHing today for Cameron Dell, who's out. Quick throw over. Scare Bisquette. Bisquette with a solid lead over at first. Just the pitch, just outside.
Yeah, again, another one outside. He's not found the strike zone with too many of these first pitches to batters. We'll see what he can do.
And a little half swing to third. Good play here. And got him at first. That's 2 down.
Yeah, that's a confidence builder there, but little Pete Rose swing.
It was. Jack LeBlanc with a good play. Very good at third base in almost any position he plays.
Yeah, now you breathe a little clearly if you're Libby, because now you get 2 out and basically anything on the ground looking for a force out.
Tanner Crowley making another start for the Eagles today. Now up with a guy in scoring position. Swings at the first one, fouls it off.
Yeah, he gets him swinging with that first one. Threw it inside, and Crowley wasn't expecting it. A little out in front.
In his 17th game, in his 4th start, he has made 0 errors behind the plate in his time catching. Very impressive behind the plate. Let's see if we can get his bat going here. A swing and a miss.
And it's really so important as a catcher to be reliable like that.
Exactly. I mean, that can keep you playing at any time. Coach can call you and say, I need you behind the plate today. And it looked like it hit him. It did. Crowley takes a quick stroll. Went inside.
Yeah, just a little bit too inside, and
he's been throwing that. It looked like I didn't look off speed. It looked like a fastball just inside.
Yeah, it just slipped out of his hand a little bit.
And now you got 2 runners on for the second baseman, Colin Marshall.
And Furman just trying to confirm signs there. Trying to maybe calm him down a little bit.
Marshall from Greenland, New Hampshire. He's a very, very short-handed second baseman for the Eagles. Has been for 3 years now. Very good in the field. Let's see if we can get the bat going. Ball 1 inside. Libby looks back second and throws a pitch outside. Ball 2.
Libby really needs a strike here. He's got to get himself back into this count. Already falling behind 2-0.
And that sneaks inside. Ball 3.
Yeah, it's a tough pitch to lay off, but good eye there to not bite on it. Working yourself into a pretty good count.
And there's strike 1. Marshall lets one fly right down the middle. 3-1. Still a hitter's count.
Still a hitter's count, and hey, you get the pitch count up a little bit more. Pretty good at bat.
3-1, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And a little slow chopper to third base. Another play, and the play is made by the third baseman, Jack LeBlanc. That is 2 good plays from the third baseman to end that inning. At the bottom of the first, 4-0 Eagles. Great start for the Husson Eagles today. They have been a little inconsistent this past few weeks. With a big win against UMaine, as we know, that has been talked about a lot. But the team bat average is 251, so they gotta figure out how to get from 1 to 9. Figure out how we can get the average up. They went on a 4-game streak, double header against Leslie this past weekend. Went 3-1. Only loss was they scored 1 run. So I think that if there's anything to talk about, the pitching has actually been pretty good for the year, which was kind of the nerve coming into the season. They thought the lineup was going to be so good. And it is. Like we've talked about, it is. It looks like we have a new pitcher on the mound for the Eagles. That number 42?
Yeah, Jack Lenhouse.
Jack Lenhouse, the lefty. Like we mentioned, it could be a bullpen day for the Eagles. Loading up my computer really quick. Going to get some couple stats on this guy. Not heard much. A lot of freshman pitchers this year for Coach Morris, which is a great thing. Joe Bova up, leading off, lefty versus lefty to start the. Oh, this is Jack Leno. The second inning. And he hits the first batter, Bova, who's kind of crowding the plate as a lefty.
Yeah, but that one runs inside and gets him. As you said, maybe crowding the plate, but that's definitely not what you wanted from your first pitch.
And Coach Mo quickly goes to the mound. Leno with only 1 pitch. Looked like kind of a setup play there, but that did not Not what the Eagles wanted there.
No, I'm not in a position to speculate, but that seemed like a pretty quick decision from Coach Morris to take him out of the game.
Seemed like it was going to be a one-hitter for Lano, and it ended up being one pitch. Now we got Ben Phillips, who is from Ottawa, Canada. His dad, very talented hockey player, Hall of Famer actually. Played for the Ottawa Senators for a long time. Phillips lefty, very talented on the mound. Long, swinging windup, arm slot, about 3/4 to almost full.
Yeah, it's so tough, too, for a hitter. You have a taller pitcher to just see the ball. I mean, it starts up way high, and to be able to just react to that in time and see the ball come down, it can be tough. And we'll see how these Husky hitters shape up to face them.
Couple meetings in the infield right now as Phillips warms up. We have next coming up will be Jack LeBlanc, who has made 2 great plays at third to kind of finish the bottom half of the first inning. Blonde all conference last year. Has kind of been off to a slow start this year statistically, but career 300 hitter. I think that is bound to change. He's got a runner on the first early in this top of the second inning. 4-0 Eagles after 2 home runs for the Curtis brothers in the first inning.
Be interested to see what he starts him out with here.
Phillips, another lefty versus lefty. Small lead off first. There's the pitch, and LeBlanc shows bunt, but does not go. That is a ball 1. Busquet at third has to be ready. Might move him up a touch. Out of the stretch. Phillips looks over to first twice, and here's the pitch. Right down the middle strike with a fastball.
Yeah, not too big of a lead there over on first when you get a lefty pitching. I mean, he can see you, so.
He can get you with that quick fake windup, too. Not like a righty. It's much harder. Second pitch. A little off speed. Looked like a changeup. Called it a ball. It was close. It was definitely close. That might have been a challenge to the MLB when they throw the bat up nowadays.
That's right.
Or for the pitcher today, that would have been the glove. Still a small lead. Wind up in the pitch. And high, pop up to left field. Warren on it with the sun in his face and makes the play routinely. And gets it back in to the infield quickly. Very well down there by Warren with the sun directly in his eyes.
Yeah, you got like you said, the sun in your eyes and that wind, but nice job getting under it and getting over to it and making it look routine.
Dylan Furman now up with 1 out and 1 guy on. Career 242 hitter, but very, very solid behind the plate. See what he can do on the right side. Phillips steps off. Looks like he decided to change the pitch up. Change the speed up a little bit. Phillips back in the stretch. Takes a quick peek over to first. Fires. And that's a base hit down the left field line. And LeBlanc's thinking 3. And the ball is thrown a little arrow-like back into the infield, but Ben Phillips makes the play, gets back on the mound quickly. So we're going to have first and third. LeBron with great base running from first to third, even with a base hit to left field.
Yeah, and the throw wasn't really on line, pulled the third baseman, Busquet, off the bag. So he's in there easily. I thought he was going to go home for a second, but.
Now we got first and third with 1 out. Let's see if they send Furman. Most likely.
It was a nice hit, though. He found the hole.
Right on the line.
Right on the line.
Ball up. No stolen base there. I think the lefty pitcher's probably going to hold him off a little longer. We'll see what the third base coach tells us. Furman. This is Chris Quigley, the lefty that plays second. 3 home runs this year already. This ball inside. Good stop there by Tanner Crowley. I wonder, with the turf, if catching is easier or harder. Because the dirt, like, obviously you're going to get weird bounces. But the turf, like, you know the bounce is going to be pretty solid every time. But it might be, like, tougher because the bounce can be so big.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned it, that playing on dirt, you really can cover the ball more, whereas you're on turf, you just sometimes, like you said, just bounces up and you're just not expecting it. So
Like, I think in the infield it'd be much easier. But, like, catching, I don't necessarily think that'd be easier. It's 3-0 count here, and that is ball 4. Actually, a hit batter. That did sneak in and hit him. So it's going to be bases loaded with the potential tying run at the plate. Tough little stretch here for the Eagles.
yeah,
This is the top of the order, 100%. A career .313 average. So this is some potential here for the USM Huskies.
yeah, chance now to claw back with only 1 out. You got to think anything in the outfield.
At least
Runner will
scores
tag.
1, maybe 2.
But here's a chance here to claw back some of that deficit that you gave up last inning.
And the ball goes behind Crowley. And the runner scores LeBlanc easily. So now it's 4-1 after a mishap from Crowley.
Well, what did you just talk about, Will? Those weird bounces right through Crowley, and you were right.
I just think it could be weird sometimes. You're so used to playing for dirt in high school. I mean, I'm going to guess most high school fields are dirt. And you might get a weird bounce, but like you said, you can really cover it. I feel like in the turf, you have to kind of play it like a ground ball sometimes. So now it's 4-1 with runners on second and third for Brissett. Phillips in a little bit of a rut right now. Out of the stretch, here's the pitch. And a base right to Evans at shortstop. Evans bobbles, but still makes the play for an out.
Yeah.
But number 15, Furman, scored. So now it is 4-2. He did his job. Brissett did his job. A little base knock to the left side of the field, and still scores a run.
Yeah, tough bobble for Evans, but he picked it up and was able to still get the out there. Yes, the run scores, but boy, that could have been a lot worse.
4-2. Now let's see if Phillips with 2 outs can get out of this with no more blood. Ball 1 just outside.
Here's a case here where that runner on third can get a bigger lead because with a lefty, he can't see that third base line, and so you're really closer than you think to home, making it easier to score.
It is just out and low, ball 2. Anthony Poole again up, all-conference outfielder last year and a .319 hitter at USM for his career. So he is bound to do some damage here at the plate. That's up. 3-0 count.
Yeah, definitely not the count that you wanted to be in for Phillips.
Don't think you can afford another base runner here. And he watches that one right down the middle, strike 1.
Yeah, he was never going to swing at that one. I mean, that's going to be right down the middle, and you know it's going to go for a strike, so why not just make him throw another pitch?
Nice hitters count here for Poole. Here's the pitch. A big sweeping curveball stays up. There's a 5-pitch walk, and now we have first and third again with 2 outs here. With the big lefty, number 18, Kyle Doohan. Like I mentioned before, 19 home runs in his USM career. Now the potential go-ahead run is at the plate. Phillips looks over at third quick. And now to first. Here's the windup and the pitch. Strike 1. Curious to see if he just attacks him with fastballs and hopes he can fend one off.
Yeah, he didn't have much success with that curve, as you said, and really his off-speed stuff. So maybe just attack him here with that fastball and get him to chase.
And a ground ball to first. Short-handed Jackson Curtis makes the play. And the Eagles get out 4-2 in the top of the second with 2 base runners left on base. The USM Huskies. Kyle Dewin, I know, is not happy about that finish, but great inning for the USM Huskies after a tough bottom half of the first.
Absolutely. I mean, to have that awful inning and then to come back and sort of claw back and cut that deficit in half, I mean, you really couldn't ask for much more. Certainly a productive inning from their offensive standpoint. See if the Eagles can answer back with something else here.
And now that is an old friend of mine, Lucas Francis, on the mound, who plays third base, DH, and pitches. He is a career 257 hitter, and in 2024 is named All-Conference as he hit .345. As a pitcher, he has a 3.95 career ERA and 109 inning pitch. He's from Lisbon, Maine. I played him growing up for a long time. A little sidearm action there as he's warming up. Have not seen that before from him.
Well, that's definitely interesting. We'll see if he does it again, if that's sort of his delivery looks to be.
He is a grad student.
Submarine.
12U All-Stars. It was not fun going against him on the small mound, I can tell you that. The small diamond. He was throwing, felt like 100 from probably 80 from the shorter mound back then.
Is it tougher? Because that's what people say with the sidearm. They're always tougher to hit against because you just can't read that. How is that?
I'm curious to know. I haven't played back in high school and even before that. I didn't play many sidearm pitchers. I mean, you watch Chris Sale and how low his release is. I mean, it's not fully sidearm, but he has the big sweeping lefty arm. And I just think that'd be so awful as a lefty hitter going against something like that.
I think so, too. I think it's got to just be the delivery. It just throws you out. I mean, you think of guys in the MLB like Darren O'Day, who, I mean, he was throwing it at his shoelaces, basically.
I know, exactly. Francis out of the stretch against Warren. The leadoff hitter is back up again. Ooh, called strike 1 on the outside corner.
Peyton the Black with that one.
There's that sweeping, like you just said, though. That came across the plate. From eye behind here, I don't know like if it looks like a strike, but at the plate for sure is probably over the plate. Warren fouls that one into the USM dugout. Watch out. Francis to a 0-2 quick start here. Hard throw. Let's see if he has any off speed. Pitch. And that's outside. Ball 1. That speed out of the stretch is pretty impressive. Warren fights one off. Short pop-up towards first. And a diving play made by the first baseman.
Yeah, what a play there by Kyle Dewin. Good awareness there.
Warren really just trying to fight one off.
Yeah, he was just trying to fight one off like you said, but yeah, what a good play that was there. Have to be on your toes always as a first baseman.
Exactly. Tanner Evans back up second time today. There's pitch number 1, strike 1. The all-white uniforms with the white helmet is pretty slick for the Husson Eagles on this opening day. Evans just misses, fights one off. 2 strikes now. He looked like he wanted that one.
Yeah, he just couldn't make good enough contact with it on that one. But
Francis ahead of the count again against 2 of the better hitters on Husson. Here's the payoff pitch. And Tanner Evans fouls one off to the right field and out of play. Good piece there, though. He's on it now.
Yeah, he's got him right where he wants him now. In a good count. Fouled off a couple. Maybe he comes back with an off speed to get him to chase here.
Evans fights another one off. Good pitch there. Looked like a little bit of a slider.
Yeah, that one had some sort of movement to it. Still, though, able
0-2
to fight
count.
it off.
And that one's inside. Almost hit Evans' knee. We got a now 1-2 count. Francis still ahead. See if he sticks with the fastball or goes off speed again. And he went off speed. Tanner to the second baseman. Great diving play there.
And he got him. Wow, Quigley. That was a smart play.
Very, very smooth sliding stop. Evans really fought that outside pitch off and almost got enough contact to the hole, but Quigley with a great play at second. That is 2 outs now, with Jackson Curtis, after a 2-run home run in the first inning, is now up with no runners on. Curtis with a big swing, just misses, fouls it off. Let's see if how Curtis approaches this time. You could tell he was swinging for the fence the last at bat, especially after that first foul ball.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see now what he can bring to the table. 2 outs now.
That is now 1-1, ball outside. Francis doing great work this inning so far. Curtis grounds one of the third baseman. LeBlanc, that's his third play, and he is out. Great stretch there by the first baseman, Kyle Dillon. Curtis was even convinced he was pulled off the bag.
They're always going to contest things like that, but still a quick inning for USM, a really solid inning for them pitching-wise. That's exactly what you would want, especially coming after that shaky innings that you had with Libby, but Francis comes in and really puts a plug in that Husson offense that had been so lethal.
Francis with, like you said, very good inning. Sorry, I was tracked. There's a little black puppy lab that just came right in front of the booth. Very cute. It's a little cold for the dog today. Let's see. We have a new pitch on the mound for the Eagles. Like we talked about, it's going to be a bullpen day. It is Chris Husigin. Lusignan. Pardon me. He is from Colchester, Connecticut, and he's a freshman.
Yeah, the freshman getting some work here.
In 3 innings seen, he's gave up 3 hits, but no earned runs. So, solid start to his freshman campaign.
Yeah, I'll say.
Oh, he looks like he throws hard, too. I've not seen him pitch before.
I can't say that I have either. Be interesting to see now. Like you said, throwing hard there out of that delivery.
The Huskies looking to add on to their 2 runs last inning. Their tough start in the first inning. I mean, they came out firing after the 2 home runs. Very impressive comeback after that.
And we'll have to see if this game starts to slow down a little bit here. We saw that good defensive inning for the Huskies, as you said. See if Husson can do the same and just, patch up those holes defensively that had been costing them. Cost them 2 runs last inning.
And now we got Peter Kloblinski up, the shortstop. Let's see if Chris Lusignan. And that's a grounder. And foul down the third base line. Busquet was there early, though. Had the play.
Yeah, he had the read on it, but that one just goes foul.
Kloblinski was down the line fast.
I was just going to say that would have been a close play. I don't know. He maybe would have got him, but it was foul. So he will go back and do it again.
That slow walk back. On 1 count. Kloblinski the righty. And that's strike 2. Fires a fastball by him. 0-2 count early. Linsky, like I mentioned earlier, career 267 hitter and a good pitcher on the mound too, but also a sure glove. He can do it all. Off-speed pitch, fouls it off into Newman Gymnasium.
Yeah, tried to get him, tried to get him swinging with the off speed there, but
someone called Portland Glass. Still 0-2.
See if he goes back to it. I expect he could go right back to that off speed pitch to get him to
It was a very
chase.
good pitch, it looked like. And he goes to the fastball, and that is a hit to right center field. And coming in, charging is Matt Holmes, who kind of misplayed it a little bit. Still makes the play for out number 1.
Yeah, it took a little bit of a tumble. What do they call that? The turf monster or something that got him?
I think he was in between about how deep the ball was flying. And it was, I mean, that's a tough play. You don't know if you should let it go. So if you try to dive for it, it goes over you. That's automatically 2 or 3 bases. But he made the play for out number 1. Now we have Mike Angulari, the left fielder, strike 1. Luce Iganen, the freshman. Like I mentioned, he went to Bacon Academy, Colchester, Connecticut. It says utility on his position, so that means he does it all, not just pitches. That'll be ball 2, low.
Yeah, really low. That one getting away from Crowley a little bit there, but 2-0 count.
And try to avoid Angulari on the base paths as he has 2 stolen bases this year in 2 tries. And that's called strike 1. 2-1 count now. That is fouled off. Another one towards Newman Gymnasium. Now we got a 2-2 count here. If you were just joining us, I will remind you we are at Winkin Sports Complex for the Husson home opener. I am Will Cavanaugh, and this is Philip Robarge. Very excited and very thankful to be here. Here's the payoff pitch. Fouls off another one deep to right field. The wind's kind of holding it, and Curtis cannot run it down. We'll make the jog back to first base. 2-2 count.
It's been a good game thus far. We've had some early offense in these early innings. Game's kind of slowing down now with both teams really shutting up shop defensively and kind of working into the rhythm of the game. So we see a 2-2 count.
Another payoff pitch. And that is turned on to deep left center field. No, left field. The wind pushing. That is gone. Home run for Mike Angulari.
Yeah, Mike Angulari really turning on that one. The wind may be carrying it, but with or without wind, there was no doubt about it.
It kind of started right over the right side of Kara Warren's head and then kind of moved down the baseline with the wind. Very well hit. And that is a solo home run for Angulari. Now up to DH, Joe Bova. This is ball 1. This is Bova, the DH. Like I said earlier, he can do it all. He's played multiple positions this year. It's now a 4-3 ball game. That is ripped to left field, but foul. 1-1. Last 2 batters made very good contact both times. Bova, who did score a run earlier. And another foul ball. Now 1-2 count here.
Yeah, 1-2 count. We'll see if he goes right at him now with a fastball, or if he decides to waste one, he can do both.
And he did try to blow a fastball by him. It just was up. Now 2-2 count. The one out here. Now it's 4-3 ball game in the top of the third.
Yeah, nobody on base. Infielders back a little bit.
There's the payoff pitch and strike 3, swinging. So
Yeah.
again, got him. Would look like a little off speed.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't what he had in mind, but that was a good pitch there and able to get the strikeout.
Jack LeBron, who is 0 for 1 today, has made some great plays at third. That is low, called ball 1. Out of the stretch. It's the pitch. And strike 1. Nice fastball, up and in. Tough ball to go after for a lefty from a right-handed side. Same if it was the opposite side. One count to LeBlanc. There's the pitch, and that is low and inside, ball 2. LeBlanc is a grad student from Lewiston, Maine. Played on some of those really, really good Lewiston teams back a few years ago. And a strike 2. Let's see if Michigan can get out of this inning. Only one given up. It's the payoff pitch. And got him with the off speed. LeBlanc's looking.
Yeah, great pitch there. Just caught him looking. Great job to get out of the inning there with minimal damage.
We got Matt Holmes up next, then Curtis, then Busquet. Coming up in this bottom of the third. We will take a 30-second break. We will be back. And we are back at Winkin Sports Complex as the Husson Eagles lead off the bottom of the fourth with Matt Holmes, the right fielder, number 25, from the left side of the plate. It's a 4-3 ball game. Lucas Francis still on the mound after a great third inning. Quieted down the Eagles.
Yeah, you said it. That was just a great inning for him to really take command of this game and steady the ship for the Huskies.
Like you said, they did really steady the ship and give them a chance. I mean, they could have really seen the ghost after that first inning. The Curtis brothers hit two-run home runs and 3 different at-bats. I mean, pretty impressive the way they came back from that.
Yeah, since that inning, it's really been tough for Husson offensively. They haven't gotten much going, and you know, for USM, it's totally been the opposite. They've really come alive these last couple innings with their offense. And
2-1 count to Holmes, and Holmes fouls it off behind home plate and is now 2-2. Not a bad afternoon for baseball in early April. A little cold, a little windy, but sun's been out the whole time. That's all you can ask for. And the payoff pitch for Francis. And that is low and outside. Good luck there by Holmes. That is a tough one to look at.
Yeah, it is, but you work the count full here and now has to be thinking, do I swing or do I lay off?
And Holmes drives one deep to left center. Left fielder's back and gone! Now Holmes says thank you to the third home run of the game.
Yeah, the third home run of the game for the Eagles. Matt Holmes just took that one the other way. And I said it before, that one was no doubt about it.
Popo for Matt Holmes. What a great piece of hitting. Now 5-3 Eagles.
Great way to start off the inning for the Eagles. Talk about their quietness offensively, and they come out of the gates and go long.
First pitch is called strike one to Curtis, which Curtis did not agree with. He looked straight back at the umpire. Not a choice of words. It's called strike two. 0-2 to Curtis. Francis going right at him even after just giving up that home run. It's like you like to see from Scott. He definitely likes to see that. A little off speed, chops one down left field line, out of play.
Yeah, the off speed got him there, but this is exactly what you want to see from your pitcher out there, is to come right back at him and sort of shake off that previous at bat. You got to have a short memory if you're a pitcher, because it can really shake you and take you off your game if you start dwelling on past at bats. So
and that is ball one. Count is now 1-2. No outs here. Curtis, a little Mike Trout-esque stance. And rips one down the line. And they call foul ball. That could have been 2, maybe 3 bases.
yeah, you're really, you just said it, you're really turning 2, maybe 3 there on that one, but that's a big, big break for Francis.
I almost said fair ball because the ump went like this first, like he was going to say fair, and then he pulled it to the left like it was foul. It's no replay system in Division III baseball, so it could have been close. It's the payoff pitch, and Curtis strikes out. Great off-speed pitch there by Francis to send Curtis back to the dugout.
Yeah, great pitch there. Get him swinging off on that one. Great way to recover.
Agreed. The lefty, Ryan Bisquette, now up. That is strike one. Bisquette from Meredith, New Hampshire. Sophomore. Utility guy. Catching today. Or playing third today. Pardon me.
Yeah, Bisquette was hit by a pitch his last time up. See if he can get on the end of one this time.
That is back towards the pitcher, and what a play by the second baseman. Wow. And that is out number 2.
Yeah, not the first time that Quigley's made that play. Great awareness. Great. He got the jump on the play early.
He saw that Francis couldn't handle the grounder back at him and made a heck of a play in the hole. Made a clean throw to the first baseman. Now up the DH, Mishoot. With 2 outs, nobody on. And a little late there, strike one.
Yeah, Mishoot swinging for the fences on that one. As you said, a little late on that swing.
And he looks at that one, strike two, down early. Francis, besides that one home run given up, has really worked well in these 2 innings.
Yeah, he really has shaken that off and put together a good inning here.
And that is chopped down the right field line and out of play, foul ball. End of the bat, foul ball. I mean, in 1 2/3, Francis has only given up one hit, and it was a home run on a 3-2 count. That is just great piece of hitting by Matt Holmes, it seems like.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, he just got so much of the ball.
And he rips down the third base line, foul ball. Issued still late on this fastball, but he's closer.
Yeah, he's keeping this at-bat alive, and that's what you want to see. Doesn't necessarily result in a hit every time, but if you can at least make the pitcher work a little bit at an at-bat.
Here's the pitch.
Coach will be happy with that.
Agreed. And another outside, look to go off speed like a slider there. Sweeping slider is such a tough pitch to hit if you can keep it in the zone.
Absolutely. It's a tough pitch to read, too, because it, again, starts off almost on one side of the plate and goes all the way to the other in that sweeping motion, as you said.
Good frame there by the catcher. But that is ball 3, full count. Mishude worked his way back. Dylan Furman with a great frame on that one that almost sneaked the last strike. Full count here. Here's the payoff pitch. And Mishude watches, called strike 3 on the outside corner. Not a bad inning by Lucas Francis at all.
Nope, but Husson at least sneak one out. They put that lead up to 2. 5-3, that's really all you can ask for. I mean, Francis, other than that one misstep this inning, had been dealing.
And we will take a 30-second break and be right back here at Winkin Sports Complex. And we are back here at Winkin Sports Complex for Husson's home opener. Scores 5-3 over the University of Southern Maine Huskies. Now taking the mound. Philip?
Yeah, we get a new pitcher now. Jack Cody from Saco, Maine. Only 2 appearances, but a 5.14 ERA.
He is a part of the great Thornton Academy teams of the past who have produced some of the best baseball players from Maine. One of them, Cody Bowker, playing at Vanderbilt right now, pitching is just unreal. So they're just a factory of good baseball players from Thornton Academy. And that is hammered to deep left field. In the first pitch, Warren looks back, and that is gone! Home run. Another one. The fifth of the ball game.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I was looking down at my notes, and I look up, and the ball's over the fence.
That was number 15, Dylan Furman, the catcher.
Blink, and you miss it. That is some production from your catcher. First pitch swinging.
Jack Cody with not the greatest start for him, but let's see how he comes back, just like Francis. Francis came back well. Let's see if Cody can do the same. Now up the second baseman. Short-handed second baseman. Quigley, who's been great in the field today.
He's made some big defensive plays for a couple sliding plays, and again, good defense from him.
And that is outside ball 2.
Yeah, just missed with that one. Have to see now how he responds, giving up that early homer.
Let's just mention this has been an entertaining baseball game here at Winkin Sports Complex for the Husson home opener. 5 home runs through 4 and no thirds innings. And that is strike 1. We now have a hitter's count for Quigley, 3-1. See if Cody can find his groove.
Well, you mentioned it. It's going to be a bullpen day. One of those days where you just shake your head as a coach and you just...
That is fouled high back and out of play. 3-2 count for Cody. He's battling back.
Yeah, he's worked the count full. Let's see now if he can get something to hit. Maybe he can drive one the other way. I mean, certainly wouldn't be out of the realm given this game has already seen 5 home runs.
Like we mentioned before, the wind is going out towards left center and has shown. That is a walk on the payoff pitch. Number 5, Quigley, first base, as the leadoff hitter, Brissett, comes up. Who has 1 RBI and 1 strikeout, no hits. Brissett, who can play infield, outfield, has been a very big part of this team the last 3 years as a junior. As we know, career average, .313, pretty good. And he's going. Quigley is going. And Crowley can't handle it, and that is a stolen base for Quigley. Quigley hasn't really had a hit today, but has done everything else. He's been on base, stolen a base, made 2 really good plays at second.
Yeah, he's just been a menace for this Eagles team. Against this Eagles team. Again, there, the stolen base. Had a little bit of a good lead, but it was just a great jump.
Cody, that is ball 1. That I didn't even notice. I think we have a new catcher for the Eagles. Is that number 18?
Looks like Rometta.
Ryan Rometta from Tewksbury, Mass. So talented behind the plate. So talented behind the plate. He actually came to Husson for football and was a very solid quarterback, but decided to stick with baseball and he did both the first year. That is a ground ball to the left side of the field, and I would say that's a hit. That was a very tough backhanded play for the third baseman, Biscuit. I would say it's an infield hit. I will see what the play callers call it.
Yeah, that one just got to him real quick, and just not able to get his glove in the right place there, and
backhanded away from his body over the bag. That's a tough play. I would probably give that a hit. See what the scorekeeper does.
Yeah, his best case scenario, it didn't go by him at least.
Poole with the bunt. Very well placed bunt, and he is safe. We have bases loaded.
That is a beautiful piece of hitting right there. You
So
don't
good.
often see it, but that bunt placed perfectly down the line. Busquets and Cody there, not too much communication on who was going to get it. And
I mean, like you said, it was perfectly placed. That was really, with no outs, that was just a sacrifice. But he placed it perfectly where it became a hit. Now we have bases loaded with Doing Up, the best hitter on the Huskies. And that is hammered to left center field, way back, and gone! A grand slam for the Southern Maine Huskies.
well, you just said it. The Huskies' best hitter, dead center.
I mean, dead center. I said left center. but the wind kind of held it off, and it became just dead center. That was hammered. And that is now Kyle Dewan's 20th home run as a Husky.
And that's one he won't soon forget.
No, you're not going to forget that one. That
What a
ball
piece
was
of
hammered.
hitting.
Coach Morris
Wow.
calling to the bullpen again. We will take a 30-second break as our new pitcher warms up. We'll figure out who that is. We are back at Winkin Sports Complex. The score is now 8-5 after a towering grand slam. Wyatt Stevens now on the mound, and Kablinski, ground ball to shortstop, having shorthanded, makes the play for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, you said it, the first out of the inning. I mean, that hard to think that this inning has been going on as long as it has without an out. And you had the grand slam.
Wyatt Stevens, who is a sophomore, has struggled in the past, but had some very good ball games.
Yeah, he's getting some work here this inning, and the base is empty here. It's not too much pressure on him.
It's a ground ball to third and out of play.
We saw that quick first out, and let's see if he can just damage limitation for Coach Morris's team.
Mike Angulari already his third appearance today.
Hard to think.
That is high.
Hard to think that Husson at one point had a 4-0 lead in this game, and we thought this game was going to totally go that way. It's incredible it's gone the other way. That grand slam really changes the complexion of that one.
That's a high foul ball. The wind's kind of holding it off for Curtis. And Curtis makes the play smoothly in foul ground territory near first base for the second out.
Yeah, two quick outs here, and see now defensively what the infield's going to do.
I mean, if you're just joining us, we have a home run from Anguillari, Furman, and Dewan, a grand slam. And then on the Husson side, Jackson Curtis home run, a Matt Holmes home run, and a Hunter Curtis home run. Just absolutely insanity when we're only in the top of the fourth. Now up number 3, Joe Bova. Bova with one at bat. 2 at bats, 1 run, a strikeout, and a walk. Here's the pitch for Stevens. Just outside, ball 1. That is strike one.
And that one will even the count. You mentioned it. That wind just blowing from that left side really has carried the ball quite a distance.
Agreed. It's insane. Everything's going, kind of pushing it towards left center, like we mentioned in the first inning. And it just has, I think, honestly, the wind might have picked up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it has. I mean, it's definitely, if you're a hitter, this is a day at the playground, really. It can be scary for pitchers because you want to pitch to guys, but if you leave something too out in the open, you know you can get burned, as we've seen.
That is called strike two. 2-2 with 2 outs here. Can Stevens get out of this inning? And that is strike 3 called. Joe Bova cannot believe it, but that was a good pitch by Stevens.
He can't believe it, but I absolutely can. That was a great pitch. He put that thing, placed it perfectly in the bottom of the zone. Able to get out of the inning, but wow, what an inning that was.
I agree. Ryan Rometta, like I mentioned, is now taking the place of Crowley behind the plate, so he will be hitting this inning. We'll have Marshall again. And I think back to the top of the order, right?
Yes.
Warren will hit third. Francis still on the mound after 2 solid innings. Like you mentioned, he gave up that 1 home run, but has a few strikeouts. And is just really pitching to contact and giving his fielders chances to make plays.
Yeah, he's been tough to figure out for these Husson hitters, and he's done it with really only 2 pitches. He's thrown, well, I guess 3. He's thrown that fastball, and it's been that slider, a little bit of that changeup, but it's mostly been that sweeping motion from his slider that has really kept Husson hitters at bay now.
He's thrown 36 pitches and had 25 strikes. That's pretty good out of the bullpen. Bottom 4, 6 home runs so far. 8-5. Just a crazy early season home opener for these teams. Very impressive.
Yeah, if you're a neutral, this is
a fun game to watch.
This is definitely the game to watch.
And like we mentioned before, Ryan Rometta taking Tanner Crowley's spot behind the plate and in the lineup. Number 18, the former quarterback. And watches the first one. Strike 1 down the middle. Francis. And a little half swing back to Francis. Francis calmly makes the play and underhand tosses it to first for the first out of the inning. It was a good pitch. I don't know if Rometta didn't like it or realized it was such a good pitch late. I don't know.
Yeah, you just one of those things you go back and forth with your mind. You just think about it maybe too much, maybe. Yeah, it's definitely unusual, but
he'll look back and be frustrated after seeing that for sure, because I think that was a good pitch to hit.
Yeah, you definitely don't want something like that to end in such a routine play.
Now up Marshall, second baseman. One of the most impressive fielders on the Husson roster. And he'll look at strike 1, 1-1. Well, outside, ball 2. Pretty good pitch from Francis there. Trying to get a chase. 2-1. And that is ripped to the shortstop. Shortstop, great play there, falls. Like you said, the turf monster, but still makes a great throw to the first baseman. Kablinski, falls over, loses his hat, and still makes the play.
Yeah, I don't know if he just lost his footing there. Maybe looks like he rolled his ankle a little bit. Or maybe it's just a little bump in the turf or something. But, yeah, still able to make the play.
I wonder, I see most of them wear cleats, but I wonder if some of them wear turf shoes.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. But
Warren up now. And chops one back to Francis on the first pitch. Francis calmly makes the underhand play for out number 3. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Francis, who is really moving along on the mound. He's really calmed down the Huskies.
Yeah, it's really been a quick inning for him. It's been a good day for him despite just the up and down of his team, but he's found himself in the lead. He's keeping those Eagles hitters at bay, and we'll have to see now.
Wyatt Stevens still on the mound.
It's Wyatt Stevens. Maybe see if he can recover from that shaky last inning.
Who will be leading off? We will have Quigley. Chris Quigley leading off for the Huskies at the top of the 5th. LeBlanc will be leading off. My apologies, third baseman. LeBlanc, Quigley, and then back to the top again in Brissett. Brissett will have his 4th at bat in only the 5th inning. Crazy.
Leading off for Southern Maine at the top of the 5th inning, third baseman number 2, Jack LeBlanc.
LeBlanc looks at ball 1 low. LeBlanc, Furman, Quigley, and then maybe back to the top. Here in the top of the 5th. Wyatt Stevens still on the mound in the windup. And it is a swing, batted, fouled off. Just behind the plate. Strike 1.
Yeah, this is 3rd time up to bat now. LeBlanc struck out and flied out. Still looking for that first hit.
That is called a ball just on the outside corner. I think it could have gone either way. 2-2 count for LeBlanc versus Stevens. That is grounded to second base. The sure-handed Colin Marshall always seems to make the play. I hope I don't jinx it. Great play there by Marshall for the first out of the inning. LeBlanc really trying to get going this season. Great hitter throughout his career. All conference last year. Just hasn't really got the bat going this year yet. Hopefully that changes for him in conference play.
Yeah, the season's early, too. There's no point in sort of looking at that, dwelling on it. And, you still got a lot of time. A lot of time to recover from that. And like you said, he's such a great hitter last year. He'll find a way to get himself going.
Number 15, Dylan Furman, who has a home run already, is now up with a 2-0 count.
Yeah, you said it. His homer.
And it's now a 3-0 count. Stevens looking to avoid Furman a little bit.
Yeah.
After his earlier home run. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Furman watches the strike. It's now the 3rd time that's happened. Been throwing a perfect pitch on a 3-0 count today. And there's the windup and the pitch. That is fouled off. A little high fastball for Stevens. Gets Furman going for it.
Yeah, he really had him guessing on that one. Couldn't quite catch up to it.
Stevens fought back to a full count and fouled right on us. I could probably catch that. And almost takes out a student, but we are all okay. We are back to a full count. Everything is going to be okay. Ness Perkins from the basketball team saw it. Dove out of the way.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad we have a roof over us. Don't have to worry about that.
It's the payoff pitch. And ground ball to third. Bisquette with a great play. Curtis with a nice stretch. That is out number 2.
Yeah, good play there. 2 big outs for Stevens. as he tries to build some confidence here. And
Second baseman number 5, Chris Quigley.
And like we mentioned earlier, Quigley, who hasn't had a hit today, has been a menace to these Eagles with 2 great plays in the hole at second and a stolen base. And that is called strike 1.
yeah, hard to believe Quigley still looking to get going, but his team has just been flying. I mean, you look at up and down the order,
That is high.
just the amount of home runs and hits and just offense that this team has produced. But he has been big for them defensively. He has really come up and made some big plays.
Counts 2-1, 2 outs here on top of the 5th. In an 8-5 ball game. Crazy game so far, and here's the pitch. That is called a ball. 3-1 hitters count for Quigley, with Brissett hoping to get another chance. And that is hammered high and deep to right field, but the wind has kind of knocked it down, and Holmes makes a routine play in deep right field.
Yeah, that sounded good off the bat right away, but that one hung up in the air a little long, turned into just a routine play for Holmes to track it and make the catch for the third out.
Nice inning there for Stevens. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back in no time.
Welcome back to the Winkin Sports Complex. I'm Philip Robarge, and we are in the bottom of the 5th. It is still Francis out on the mound for USM, and it will be Tanner Evans, the shortstop, to face him. And the first pitch to Evans is low in the dirt, and that'll be ball 1. And if you're just joining us, well, you have missed a game. 2 home runs in the first inning and 6 in total in this game. 8-5 is your score. As the count moves to 2-0 on Tanner Evans. Fouls that one off. Count now 2-1 to the shortstop. Here's the 2-1. That one gets him swinging. Fanned on that one. Enough wind to power a small Japanese city. The 2-2 to Evans.
Full count now.
And now the count is full. Good work at this at-bat.
Francis from the stretch.
Swing and a miss. He got him. Ring him up. Early strikeout for Francis, and just looks unstoppable.
And Evans, that was an unreal pitch. And, you know, he had to fight it off. He had to try to fight it off. But that was going to be a called strike probably on the other side of the plate, which is just crazy from that arm slot. And a rip back up towards the pitcher, but Francis makes another play from the mound. That's his third. And gets Curtis for the second out of the inning.
Well, cat-like reflexes there. That one right back up at him. That could have been dangerous, but he doesn't let it get by him. I mean, stuck out a glove there like a hockey goalie. Just quick reflexes there. We'll see a mound visit.
After 2 more outs, it looks like Francis has hit his pitch limit, according to his coach. And we will have a new pitcher coming in with number 25, Matt Holmes, coming up, who has already hit a home run.
Yeah.
Another looks like a lefty, jogging from the bullpen. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Francis with just an unreal job on the mound today.
Yeah, nothing bad to say about Francis's performance thus far. I mean, he really stepped into a position where, you know, the USM really needed somebody to just plug the gap and just stop the bleeding. And, I mean, he faced 10 batters and 3 innings.
3 2/3.
3 2/3.
Only he threw 49 pitches and 33 of them were strikes.
And just the 1 home run.
1 earned run.
2 strikeouts.
And no walks. Curious to see how the Eagles make the switch to the lefty. Looks like number 22? 24. Jack Bruno from Uptown, Mass. Career 7.59 ERA. 39 Ks and 33 walks. The lefty. Lefty looks like he's got some power behind that fastball.
Yeah, he does. And Matt Holmes will be watching him very closely. See what he'll face. He's already homered, as you said, in this game.
Matt Holmes, the lefty, likes the Oppo-Popo. We see another home run. There could be an earthquake here in Bangor.
Lefty on lefty matchup.
Holmes, the big swing and miss.
Swing and a miss there, but there's a lot of power behind that bat.
Another big swing and a miss.
He is swinging for the fences. He takes no prisoners, Matt Holmes.
No, he does not.
He is.
Quick 0-2 count here for Bruno. And he called strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and 3 outs for the USM Huskies.
And USM pumped up for that one.
Very. As they should be. 3 strikes, 3 outs to one of the best hitters on Husson.
Yeah, he dared him to go back to it, and he did. And Matt Holmes just watched it go by. He's going to be ruining that missed chance. Really, as we come into the later innings now, it's going to be crucial for Husson to get base runners back on the base. They couldn't figure out Francis that well, and they really cannot afford to not figure out Bruno. They got to get stuff going for them. But
and now the Eagles have 6'4" Jacob Love on the mound from Belgrade, Maine. Went to Messalonsky High School, one of my favorite places on earth, Belgrade, Maine. Had a camp in Belgrade for a long time. 6'4" sophomore from Messalonsky. This will be his 6th appearance this year. He has a 1.35 ERA this year so far, so very talented.
yeah, especially,
Only 2 hits given up.
as you said, only 2 hits given up. This is a guy that Coach Morris is trusting here to stop those hitters from getting on base. He wants to really limit that offensive firepower for the Huskies coming up here.
Big, looks like he goes out of the stretch. Big leg kick. Long release for a 6'4" pitcher. Makes sense. Looks to be throwing some heat, maybe a little swinging curveball. Meta throws down. Meta very talented behind the plate, as we've mentioned before. Very quick up with a good arm.
Leading off for Southern Maine at the top of the sixth inning, the right fielder number 1, Hunter Brissett.
And back at the top of the order, Hunter Brissett from Lisbon, Maine. Another at bat. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, he's 1 for 3 thus far. Is Brissett.
And this is a great sign for the Huskies, as they have had a few tough losses. They lost 12-2 to number 6 Endicott last week, and they split a doubleheader against UMass Dartmouth.
And that one hit him. And the situation gets a little bit worse for Husson now. That's another pitcher that comes into this one. And
Is that the third hit by
it's a
pitch for
batter.
Husson?
That's the third hit by pitch.
The center fielder number 12, Anthony Poole.
Brissett makes his way to first, and another speedster on the bases for Poole now.
And here he goes, like you said.
And there's the throw down, and Brissett just beats it easy. That was a heck of a jump off the first base bag.
Yeah, that was, again, a good jump, and the throw just not quick enough. Brissett, as you said, speedy on the base path, steals another one here. Now runner in scoring position. Prime position here for the Huskies.
Another big lead at second.
Very big.
And
lead.
he's
There he
going to
goes.
third. Rometta. And Brissett with 2 stolen bases in 2 pitches.
Wow.
That just can't happen.
No, it cannot. You're right. I mean, what a big lead that was off second.
They weren't even holding them off. Evans
Not.
and Marshall were not holding them off. So
And you think back to earlier in the game, too, when they checked over to second and they weren't able to get the throw over that one that went into the outfield. So
those little things come back to haunt you, because then
Little
they don't
things.
dare to make the throw.
exactly my point.
And that's a grounder to second, which will definitely score Brissett, but Marshall makes the play. But he did his job.
Yeah, absolutely. You could say that again. He did his job, stealing 2 bases in 2 pitches. I'd say he did do his job.
And
Getting across
Anthony
the plate.
Poole got his guy in to now make the score 9-5. Brissett, 2 stolen bases. And now you have Kyle Dewin, who already hit a grand slam. And the pitch is behind Dewin. Even get to look to the dugout after that.
Yeah, just a surprising turn of events this inning. Talked about
A little off-speed pitch.
the calmness that he brings, but really it's been anything but that.
Doing his 4th at bat. He has 4 RBIs, a hit and a run. And was left on base twice. And he rips one over Marshall's head for a base hit in right center.
Shortstop number 13, Peter Koblinski.
Not the greatest start for Jacob Love. Let's see if he can calm down a little bit. Koblinski to the plate.
Oh, and now with 1 runner on, you got to think maybe they might try and steal another base here, get another runner in scoring position, and extend this lead. Away from him again, that one.
And way outside, and the ball goes behind as Poole makes a huge round around second.
Yeah, that one just a free base for him, and
It'll be an error for Jacob Love. You can't even blame that on the catcher, that Ryan Rometta there.
no, that one was a wild one. We'll see. Maybe a mound visit might be impending here.
Another big lead. Poole can also run. It's the pitch, strike 1. Now 1-1. I would not be surprised if this gets to a 2 or 3-1 count if coach sends Poole. Maybe even on this pitch.
Yeah, and why not, especially when strike while the iron's hot. I mean, here's a pitcher who is not. He's asking Rometta to change the sign here.
I've been slightly holding him, but not really. And there's the one on the pitch, and that is high towards third base. The wind is really pushing. This could be a tougher play than it looks. And Musquette made the play. If you saw that, The wind really grabbed that baseball, Philip.
Yeah, that one was slicing really, really bad, but able to make the play is Bisquette.
Mike Anculari is back up for the 4th time. He has 1 run, a home run, and 1 RBI, obviously. With a guy in the scoring position, 2 outs in the top of the 6th.
His prime real
And
estate
ripped to
here.
first base, but Jackson Curtis smoothly makes the stabbing play. Stevens got out of that. He did.
Yeah, he did. He was able to get out of it.
Not with no blood, but he got out of it.
But he was still not without its scars this inning. You know, you think back to how can you allow 2 stolen bases in an inning? That really, really cost the Eagles.
Agreed. We'll take a quick break before the bottom of the 6th inning here at Winkin Sports Complex. And we are back at Winkin Sports Complex with Hunter Curtis, number 8, coming up, who already has a home run today.
And we'll see now.
Jack Bruno still on the mound for the USM Huskies after a great last 3rd inning. Called ball 1. Curtis, that heck of an athlete from Ellsworth, Maine, came in 2nd in Gatorade Player of the Year voting for basketball also. Talented athlete. Ball 2 outside.
Early hitters count now. Have to see.
Oh, a little curveball in there
Yeah.
on the weak side for strike 1.
Yep.
And Curtis, mad at himself, does go with a check swing 2-2. A little battle here between Curtis and Bruno. And Curtis fouls another one off.
Yeah, I've seen a back and forth now with Curtis and Bruno out on the mound, but Husson needs some base runners. We'll have to see.
And Curtis fouls another one off just over me and Phillips' head.
Have to see if Curtis can really get a hold of one like he did earlier. That home run way back in the 1st inning.
And got him with a weak side curveball, strike 3 swinging. Curtis heading back to the dugout.
It's been that kind of day for the Eagles.
Up and down, up and down.
Up and down, highs and lows.
Ryan Bisquette, 23, the 3rd baseman, now up. He has walked once, hit by a pitch. That is called ball 1 outside to the lefty on lefty. That is called strike 1.
good strike there.
It was very good, solid pitch right at the knees. Tough pitch to hit.
Tough pitch to lay off, too.
It is. And a very similar spot there. Strike 2.
Yeah, he's dealing right now. Bruno's got him right where he wants him.
The first pitcher struggled for the Huskies, but the last 2 have been smooth sailing.
If he can ring him up.
Ooh, a little slider action, it looked like. Just misses, 2-2 count. Let's see if Bisquette can get bat on ball here. And he does. Down the first base line, foul ball.
He's able to make contact there and
Fight it off for sure.
fight it off.
Bruno out of the stretch. Payoff pitch. And a half swing to the second baseman Quigley, who makes another solid defensive play for the out at first.
Yeah, 2 gone now. It's just been the transition from Francis to Bruno has just been so smooth, and can't ask for anything more for Coach Heath and his guys.
Mishu, who I think struck out last time. See if he can get some revenge on the lefty, Bruno, with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, 2 gone, nobody on. Really need something big here.
And a big swing, but that will be landing on Newman Gymnasium. Sun's still out here. Wind is howling, though, still to deep left center field. That is inside. Ball 1-1-1.
And that is still a factor. I mean, it's not like it's gotten any less windy out there. If
Not
he
at
gets
all.
a hold of one, I mean,
It will carry.
It will carry, and that could mean extra bases.
And there's a rip by Mishu to left field for a base hit over the shortstop. Great piece of hitting there by Mishu.
Yeah, you said it. Really able to catch up with that one there and get that one into a hit, get something doing finally now.
See if this can get Husson going again for the first time in a few innings. We got Ryan Rometta, the catcher, now up. Let's see if they can get something continued. Mishu working quickly, strike 1. Sorry, Bruno working quickly, strike 1. Mishu is on first. He was moving quickly, though, like he was going to steal. A big sweeping curveball misses.
And that'll be in the back of his mind, too. Do you send him 2 outs and
Try to get something going. Let's see.
try to
The
get a runner in
the
scoring
lefty there.
position?
And another rip. Same spot, same result. Another base hit. Ryan Rometta to left field.
Back-to-back hits here for the Eagles, and
That's exactly how you get it going.
that's exactly what you want to do to get it going now. This could be the start of a big inning. You got to believe that if you're Husson now. You can't look at the scoreboard. You just got to chip away and try and get something, try and get some runs.
Colin Marshall now up with 2 guys on, the second baseman. Looks at strike 1. And Marshall pops one up towards the first base side. The wind is moving it, but it is caught by Dillon. And that'll round up the bottom of the 6th. 2 hits by Bruno giving up, but no blood. 9-5 still. USM Huskies as we go to the top of the 7th. Bova, LeBlond, and Furman due up next when we come back. And we are back in the top of the 7th. We have a pinch hitter for the Huskies. Number 10, Sam Economy from Hamden Academy, a local grad who played at Clarion University for 4 years, which is D2. So he is a grad student making an appearance today. And for the Eagles on the mound, we have Ryan Penny, a grad student, who last year had a 3.63 ERA in 22 innings pitched, so very solid. See if we can get back on track this year. The lefty.
Yeah, right now, Coach Morris using what he can in the bullpen. I mean, you just try and find somebody who has a good arm and get him going and ride that for the rest of this game.
Penny from Saco, Maine, played at Thornton Academy, so another Thornton Academy product. All very impressive. And we have a 1-2 count early for Penny on Economy. Inside, ball 2. Out of the stretch, Penny is. Here's the payoff pitch. That is ripped over Marshall, opposite field. Great piece of hitting for Sam Economy for a base knock.
Yeah, that was a good piece of hitting. That was a money swing from Economy. I'm sorry. And, yeah.
Clever.
That was a good piece of hitting. Got up to that one and able to drive it for a base hit.
It was great. Very, very solid piece of hitting. Jack LeBlanc now up again. He's at 3 at-bats with 1 strikeout. See a strike 1 as he shows bunt. See if Economy goes. Penny throws over just to scare him a little bit. Keep him honest. Curtis didn't even throw a tag down. Penny from the stretch. And nice bunt down the third base line. Penny makes the play, the lefty, tough play, and throws him out. Calls off Bisquette, which is a tough play for a lefty pitcher, but makes a great throw to Jackson Curtis for the first out.
Yeah, Bisquette there, a lot more aware of that earlier bunt in the game that cost him. He wasn't able to get to, but
LeBlanc
this time
does
he's
do
able
his
to.
job.
Yeah, he moved the runner over, gets him into scoring position, and that's really all that you want from a bunt. You're not always going to result that in a base hit. It's very rare that you do, so routine
Now,
bunt.
Dylan Furman, who has a home run, with a runner in scoring position. No 1 count now. 1 out. That is way outside. 1-1. Economy with not a huge lead. We'll see if that changes. Wind up and the pitch. And that is ripped over the third base line, but foul ball.
Yeah, that one close to costing them again. I mean, how many times have the Huskies almost beat the Eagles with balls in that area?
That is popped up to short center field. Marshall, the second baseman, tracks it down for out number 2. Penny playing for contact. Nice pitching there. Tough pitch to hit. Quigley. Furman goes down. And now Chris Quigley steps up.
Yeah, Quigley now with a runner in scoring position. Now 2 outs. Looking to drive that runner home.
Make this a 5-run ball game if that runner scores from second. Penny from the stretch. 1 quick look to second. Another look. And the pitch. And he hits quickly. Hit for the second time today. Takes a stroll to first base slowly. That is the fourth hit batter from a Husson Eagle pitcher today, which I know Coach Morris will not be the happiest about.
No, he won't. I mean, it's just been that kind of day. Every pitcher that comes up, it feels like.
So up and down today. So up and down for this Eagles team. Now, Brissett with his fifth plate appearance, the right fielder. He has 2 runs, a hit, an RBI, and a walk. And that is strike 1 to the right fielder. See if Penny can get out of this. Keep it a 4-run ball game going to the bottom of the 7th. That is ripped between the second baseman and first baseman. Matt Holmes from throw shows off the cannon and no good, but throws it to third. And he's got him at third. But a runner scores, so an RBI from Brissett to make it a 5-run ball game. Jackson Curtis with a smart baseball IQ play there to throw it to third, knowing he wasn't going to catch the guy at home plate. Very smart play by the first baseman. Might have saved another run because they would have had another at bat for sure.
Yeah, that one really did save another run, but like you said, we apologize. It's getting windy over here.
Yeah, it is getting windy over here. I was getting chilly.
Had to deal with something. Like you said, yeah, definitely saved a big run. And still, though, now you're looking at a 5-run game for the Eagles. They've got to get the bats going here as we're getting later and later in this game. Maybe time for Coach Morris to start putting in some pinch hitters and looking to spark in that offense.
Definitely towards the bottom of the order for sure. I agree. Bruno seems to still be on the mound, the lefty. See how long he lasts. Don't know what Coach Heath is doing about pitch count. Francis seemed to hit his pitch count.
Yeah, and why not? I mean, if it's working thus far, just keep going with it.
Some very important at-bats in this bottom of the 7th with top of the order coming up for the Eagles. Just got to start off with 1 hit, 2 hits, get it going. See if they can get it going like they did in the first inning. Not necessarily a home run, but something, 1 hit at a time.
No, and you had some late damage in that last inning. That could have been big for the Eagles, but as we get back to the top of the lineup here, these are your guys who can get on base and really should be getting on base so that you can bring up that later part of the order and drive them in.
Very important at bat here for Warren. Ball 1.
Still without a hit today, Warren. A walk and a fly out.
That is strike 1. Patience by Warren here. That is hits the plate for ball 2. Good hustle by Evans from the batters from the on deck circle. Get the foul ball. Actually, not the foul ball, the plate ball. And Warren grounds it to short. Great play there by the shortstop, Kolblinski. Made it look easy.
Yeah, he did. I mean,
short hop isn't that easy usually.
No, especially on that turf. Sometimes it can bobble.
Tanner Evans, let's see what he can do. 0 for 3 today. We know the potential he has as a hitter.
And there's no time like the present. I mean, you look at that, 0-3. Got Jackson Curtis on deck, who we know is deadly, who also is 1 for 3 today. So really, you're getting into the lineup here of the middle of the order here that are the only Husson Eagles that have hits today. So you really want to get on base so those guys can drive you home.
Evans watches 2 balls. It's a good start to his at bat. Base runner, base runners, base runners is what the Eagles need now. Evans fights one off. Foul ball out of play. Tanner Evans, heck of a hockey player back in his high school days from Old Town High. Very talented hockey player and baseball player. And that is ball 3, 3-1. Bruno misses low again. Let's see if Tanner Evans can make an impact here for the Husson Eagles.
Yeah, this is really uncharted territories for Bruno here. Doesn't get into too many hitters counts.
Evans pops one up to deep right field. Wind knocks it down, and Brissett makes an easy play.
Yeah, again, he gets out of it. Not too many strikeouts, but he has really been effective for this Huskies team. I mean, groundouts, flyouts, everything. He hasn't walked many. Certainly been a dominating performance from him.
And the wind seemed to have changed a little bit. According to the flag, it looks like it's going more towards center right now with Jackson Curtis up. As you know, this ball could hit orbit. Strike 1 for Bruno.
Yeah, hard to believe that home run way back in the first.
And Jackson Curtis pops one up to short, deep infield, and that is down. That is down. The wind, you could see that, Philip. The wind just cut that ball, and the first base and second baseman could not track that in short right field.
Yeah, Drew and Quigley just miscommunication there, and like you said, the wind really helped that really turn. I can't describe it. It's just really just an awkward ball coming down, and neither of them knew what to do, and it dropped in for.
That'll be an E3 listed in the scorebook for sure, but that was not the easiest play. And Doohan just made up for his mishap with a great play from a rip from Matt Holmes right to the first base. And that's how you shake it up right there. That's how you make a play after a mishap.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's really just, again, Husson seemed to get a little bit stirring, and then just all the momentum, all the wind gets taken out of their sails. Certainly a tough task now for them if they want to get back into this game, but we can see one swing of the bat can change most of that, not all of it. It's a 5-run game, but, you know, you get a few guys on and can maybe start to turn the tide here. But
And speaking of Kyle Doohan, he will be next up for his 5th appearance today in the top of the 8th inning. The Eagles gone quiet after 4 runs in the first off 2 home runs from the Curtis brothers. Have only scored 1 since, and it's been a loud game for the Huskies.
yeah, it has, and Drew in 2 for 4, like you said, 1 home run. I mean, who hasn't hit a home run
Today, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, you're right. Looks like the Yankees the other night.
Mm,
Maybe they all tried the torpedo bat. I don't know.
yeah, well, maybe.
According to Alex Bregman's Instagram today, he's pulling one out next game. It's crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
I think what's more the craziest thing to me is that like how long it took for people to try it. Like, why did this take so long?
Yeah.
Very interesting. Ryan Remedis says ball's in, coming down. We will start off the first, top of the 8th inning with Kyle Doohan. And number 38 pitching now for the Eagles. Ryan Penny with a good inning last inning to keep the Huskies quiet.
Drew in 4 RBIs today for him. And he's really been.
Tanner Adiatis is now taking the mound with Poole up. I guess we were mistaken. That is a base hit by Poole, and that could be 2. He is quick out of the box. Holmes tracks it down and throws it into second base, and that is a stand-up double by Anthony Poole to start off 1 pitch off Adiatis. Not really the start Adiatis wanted.
No, but you know what? That has just been the way today has gone for Husson, hasn't it?
I
Nothing
agree.
has worked for Coach Morris today. Again, the first pitch is taken the other way for a double, and now you're looking at another man in scoring position.
Now you have Doing up. Audiatis, who has a career 3.24 ERA with 36 Ks and 17 walks, 10 innings this year. He has not given up a walk. It's pretty impressive. He is from East Freetown, Mass., and he's a junior. Now facing the hot-hitting Kyle Doohan. And Doohan launches one to deep center field. Back is Curtis, and it's caught. But Poole is easily going to be walking into third base off the sacrifice fly.
Yeah, and that's exactly the kind of at-bat you want. Doesn't necessarily get a run on the board, but it gets that runner over to third. And
with only one out.
With only one out.
And I mean, like we talked about, I think if that was to left field, that might have flew out of here. Hunter Curtis backed up into the shadow, almost to the warning track. Audiatis missed one there, but got away with it. Klubinski is now up, who's made some great plays at shortstop.
Yeah, defensively, he's been solid for them today. Over 3, not so much production out of the hitting department, but hey, he hasn't needed it. Other guys have stepped up big, and now maybe it can be his turn with a runner only 90 feet away.
Coach Morris brings the whole infield in to try to avoid another run. That is strike 2 to Kowinski.
Yeah, just to expand on that, I mean, Coach Morris wants the out to be at the plate if necessary. You don't really care if the guy hits it into the outfield. That is what it is. But if it's something on the infield and you have a play at the plate, you want that play to be made, and you want to stop that run from coming home because, you know, the difference now between a 5-run and a 6-run game could be pretty big.
I agree. Ryan Meadow with a good stop there as we were talking. Very good stop. 1-2 count. And that is ripped to left field, and the wind is carrying it. Akira to the track, and not caught. That is down. That is a stand-up double, and a run scored, an RBI for Klubinski. I mean, that looked like a routine fly ball off the bat and just kept carrying to the warning track all the way to the fence. And Warren, with the sun in his eyes, just couldn't make a handle on it on the fence.
Yeah, the sun in his eyes, and now he's got to worry about where he is in relation to the fence. You're a little disoriented like that, and then, again, that wind picked up and just took it. Didn't get out of here, but
as close as it could.
As close as it could.
Klubinski, another big hit for the USM Huskies to score a run. Mike Angulari, who's hit a home run today. See what he can do now with one out and a guy in scoring position. And that is fouled off towards the USM dugout and just over. Strike 2. 0-2 here to Aguilari. See if Audiatis can get out of this. And got him. Strike 3. Nice fastball in the outside corner. Audiatis with his first strikeout of the day. 2 out now in the top of the 8th inning.
And a strikeout there for Audiatis.
Sam Economy, who made his first at-bat a couple innings ago, is now DHing. Sam Economy from Hamden Academy, local product. And a strike 1, a little sweeping curveball to start the at-bat for Audiatis. Audiatis definitely works fast. I'm very impressed. And just on the outside corner, Romero with a good frame, but does not get the call, ball 1.
Boy, he wanted that one.
He did. One, 2 outs. Top of the 8th inning. Guy on second base. Audiatis takes a peek. And that is ripped to left center field. Warren tracking it, loses his hat, and makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning. Couple hard hit balls, but they get away with only giving up 1 run. Audiatis, I know, is frustrated. I know Warren is frustrated after that play, but that was a tough play for Warren in deep left center field. I mean, the wind was taking it. It was on the fence.
Yeah, it's on the fence, and again, you're looking at you're not crashing into the fence at that point. Plus, you got to worry about the wind taking it. It's tougher than it looks. You know, and at that point, I mean, I said it earlier, the difference between a 5-run game and a 6-run game could be big. So, but what are you going to do at that point? I mean, you can't control the wind.
Exactly. Number 24, Jack Bruno, still out there for the Huskies, who has done a great job so far this game in the bottom of the 8th inning against a solid Husson Eagles lineup. We'll take a 30-second break while they warm up. We'll be back here at Winkin Sports Complex. And we are back at Winkin Sports Complex. Husson University's home opener against the USM Southern Maine Huskies. Hunter Curtis leading off against Jack Bruno. Bruno, who's done a heck of a job on the mound the last few innings. Really calmed the Husson Eagles down after Francis. And let's see, Eagles got to make a late push, down 6 runs. Curtis watches ball 1 low.
Yeah, it's just been 2 different kind of bullpens. Huskies only 3 pitchers.
And Curtis jacks his second one to deep left center field, and the wind knocks it down instead of the usual. Left fielder makes a great play and deep hole on the track for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, definitely de-escalator that one. Got you up out of your seat for a minute.
I apologize, but to be fair, the wind has been pushing any ball in that left center almost out of here.
No, that's understandable. I would not be remiss for thinking that one was out of the ballpark, not for 1 second with how this game has gone. But
left fielder Mike Anguilari calmly made the play. Muscat, number 23, another at bat. He has 1 walk and 3 at bats, and that is a rip between the first baseman and second baseman for a first single walk of the day for Ryan Muscat. Nice piece of hitting there to fight off the inside pitch. Pull one down the line in between the first baseman and the second baseman. Maybe that can get us going a little bit. Wind seems to actually be picking up right now. Tyler Michoud with a base hit last time up. Back up. Let's see what he can do. See if we can get a little rally going. Start the rally caps.
he had a hit last time off Bruno.
Looks at an inside pitch, ball 1. Coach Heath does have 2 guys warming up in the bullpen. And Michoud with a big swing and a miss for strike 1. That is ripped down the third base line, out of play. Foul ball. Bruno's only give up 2 hits. And that was only his second, so pretty impressive so far. Oh, curveball inside, jams Michoud. Michoud fouls it off towards the USM dugout. Great pitch there.
Yeah, you said it, great pitch. Didn't really know what to do with that one.
Very impressive movement on that. Scout with a small lead at first. Michoud rips one towards the third baseman. 5. No error on the third baseman. Bad throw to second base, trying to get the quick double play. But the right fielder, Brissett, makes a good play to get it right back in. So, Michoud, with a rip towards third, does get on base on a fielder's error.
Yeah, a little break of luck for Husson there. That one could have easily been a double play if they play their cards right, but
I mean, LeBlanc has been so short-handed at third today. I was not expecting that. So 2 guys on for Husson with no outs. Rometta up for the 3rd time after taking over for Crowley. Let's see if he can do some damage after a hit last time up. Bruno with a look towards second. Quickly. And a big sweeping curveball just misses outside for 1-1. I mean, for Coach Morris, you have to be careful here. You don't want to take the bat out of people's hands and try to steal too many bases. So I think they'll probably be pretty quiet right now. But we'll see. I don't mind a little aggressiveness. That is fouled off by Ryan Rometta.
yeah, you said it. You just really don't know. You don't want to be overly aggressive, especially when you talk about how crucial these base runners could be. It's a tough call, but
If Rometta can get one to the outfield, they will probably send Bisquette. Quigley playing with him a little bit at second. And it is towards the outfield. I mean, this win, anything can happen to first base, but Doohan makes the play this time for out number 1. It's one of those things today. It's cold, and just the wind has really messed up some fly balls. And we are going to have a pinch hitter for Colin Marshall. Good song, number 43. Justin Salvatore, first appearance today, pinch hitter. See what he can do. That is strike 1.
yeah, it was a tough spot to be in a pinch hitting. You're coming off of the bench, you're cold, you're not really in any sort of flow of the game, but we see it time and time again, people coming up clutch in situations like this. And this is when the Eagles would need a big hit.
The senior catcher. Only appeared in 10 games as a junior, but here he is getting an opportunity in a big spot with 2 strikes. And that is ripped to right field, but it is right at Brissett.
Yeah, just
for the 3rd out.
Unlucky there. Made good contact on it, but it just wasn't
great
shallow
contact.
enough, wasn't deep enough. Ended up being right at him. It's a missed chance. That would have put the Eagles in a more favorable position coming into the 9th.
It would have been for sure. So now, going to the top of the 9th. Down 6. Audiatis back on the mound for the Eagles. We got number 4. This is great news to see. Just absolute great news. Tanner Evans is still at short, but Keegan Sear just made his way out to second base. Keegan Sear has been fighting injuries all year, which has been terrible for the Eagles. He is such a sure-handed infielder. That is a great sign for the Eagles to see him out on the field. Only a few appearances this year. That is very positive news. They've been being very careful with his shoulder injury history. That's a Bangor grad, too, so very good local product. Won a state championship for basketball as a freshman. And I'm going to guess he won one for baseball a few times. Bangor seems to win some state championships.
It wouldn't shock me.
No. Audiatis still on the mound. LeBlanc with his 5th appearance today will get another chance, this time against Audiatis, and he looks to bunt again with nobody on.
Yeah, bunting with nobody on, you would think.
He must be fast.
Yeah.
I had a kid on the small diamond that played outfield for us. He was a lefty, and he was really, really fast. and he would drag bunt to lead off every All-Star game. Like, we'd play, and he would drag bunt, and I swear it was 2 hits a year, or 2 hits a game automatically just because of his drag bunting. He'd get so mad, too. He never wanted to drag bunt. He wanted to hit, but we'd call it, and he'd get on every time.
I don't know. It's hard to, for me, it was always hard to bunt because the ball was always on a tee, and so I hit it, and then I would have to run. And
Is that the last time you played baseball?
feels like it. Yeah.
That's funny. That's drift down the first baseline, foul. 1-2 count for Adiatis against LeBlanc. And a great pitch by Adiatis, just misses on the outside corner. Almost caught him on the weak side. A little slider or curveball there. Couldn't really tell from this angle. 2-2 count here for Adiatis against LeBlanc. The payoff pitch up and away for ball 3. Full count.
Yeah, full count here. I'd like to see him go back to that slider that he had a few pitches ago. That one
Just
could have
missed.
found the corner. Yeah, it just missed, but I'd like to see him go back to that.
That is a high fly ball to left. The wind is pushing it back, but Warren makes the play just in front of the warning track. That's another one. I mean, that should have been... At first, I didn't think Warren was going to have to move, and he did have to start backpedal and make a play. Dylan Furman is 5th at bat with a home run today, the catcher. He has been, like we mentioned, very, very solid behind the plate today. Not many mishaps for them.
Yeah, and 2 for 4 today. He's been solid with the bat, solid behind the plate. All you can
3
ask.
for 5.
Yeah, 3 for 5.
Base hit between shortstop and third base for Furman. Great game for him today. That it will really get him going after a iffy start to the year hitting-wise, but the confidence is all you need. A couple hits. See the ball go into play. Chris Quigley with his 5th at bat. I mean, another guy that just has killed the Eagles today on many different aspects of the game. Very talented USM Husky team. Their record does not show the talent they have, as we can see today. I think that will keep moving along as the days get warmer and days get longer. I think Scott Heath has a good team and a good chance to make a conference impact and maybe a regional impact when they start getting everything going.
Well, and what we've seen here too, I mean, they have the makings. You can see the foundation being built, and I think it might not take that long. I don't want to put too much pressure on, but it might not take that long to get back to the days of Ed Flaherty. But you just got to give it time, and you just got to be patient. And games like this will really boost your confidence, especially when you get to those later stages and maybe you go through a rut. You can look back to a game like this and go, you know what, we're dominant.
Totally agree. And I like you said, I think it's going to be quicker than we thought, and probably they thought, honestly. I mean, 3-1 count here quickly. The talent across those 9 guys that they've thrown out there and the pitching has been really good. I mean, Francis lit us up for a little bit, and then Bruno came in and did such a good job. I mean, besides the first few innings, I mean, it's been very impressive by the Huskies. That is fouled off for a full count now. So quickly. It's Brissett, who could be coming up for a 6th at-bat. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, there's not too many days you get to go up 6 times. I mean, get to that point, your arms would be sore the next day, but...
And he did not go.
Wow.
Second umpire calls the half swing a no-go, so he will take a stroll to first base. So we will have first and second with the right fielder, Hunter Brissett, coming up, who this is now his 6th at-bat today. Like you said, Philip, you don't get many days like that. That is fun for him. I remember you playing back in the day, and you get 3, 4. Well, you're happy. And these guys are getting 5, 6 today.
Potential RBI chance, too, with that runner on base. On second, another runner in scoring position. Another chance at an RBI.
Nice pitch there by Adiatis. High and paints the lines for a strike 1. Takes a look at second, and pitch number 2, the set bat is ball outside, 1-1. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed our broadcast today. It's been a heck of a ball game. I mean, very up and down and entertaining for everyone involved, I'd say. Strike 2 to Brissett. Audietis blew it by him for now the count 1-2.
Yeah, he's worked himself into a good count now. Audietis looking to put him away. Looking for his 3rd strikeout, I think, of today.
Just misses up. Brissett almost went for it. That high fastball is not easy to say no to.
Yeah, he's thought about it, but he thought better.
Now 2-2.
As you said, it could be so difficult to read those sometimes, especially up in the zone like that coming at you.
And that is a long drive to right field, but out of here and lands in the snow, which is tough to see as a baseball player that there's still snow off the field. Hopefully that goes away this week. And the payoff pitch by Audietis. And hits Brissett on a slider, trying to come back through the zone, and he just does not turn. I mean, the coldness and like your hands are going to be freezing. You're probably not getting the grip you usually get. I mean, maybe that's why, but 5 hit batters today for the Eagles.
Yeah, it's just something to marvel at. Yeah, I really don't know. Maybe it is the cold. Like you said, you just don't feel it as you would normally. I don't know. Not too many times that I could say that I've seen 5 hit batters.
Unless it's a Yankees-Red Sox game in 2004, but
yeah.
For that, not many. We got Anthony Poole up again, who has done damage on the base path at the plate and in the field. And he grounds one for a base hit. That could score 2. Holmes looks to throw, and he decides not to. That is a RBI single for Anthony Poole for 2 more runs for the Huskies. Great piece of hitting there to fight one between the hole. And, I mean, what can I say? Those guys at the top of this order have been unreal today.
And Poole now 5 for 6
that's
on the day.
Insanity. Talk about getting your average up. I mean, he's already hitting his career average is 319. And Audietis takes a slow walk home, and it looks like we will have a lefty coming in for the Eagles to try to get us out of this. It's now an 8-run ball game. And we will have you-know-who coming up to the plate for USM. Ryan Gardner's coming up to pitch for the Eagles, the lefty. A couple warm-ups. Had some speed behind that one, for sure.
And this will be the 10th pitcher now for Husson since Smith.
That is very, very insane. Gardner from Leominster, Massachusetts. He is a sophomore, and he's studying environmental science. So far this year, he's pitched in 1 game, given up 1 hit with 1 strikeout.
And that run from Audietis was the longest that any pitcher for Husson has been out there today. I mean, he faced 10 batters. The next highest is Stevens, who faced 6, and Phillips, who also faced 6.
We're going to have a guy on first and third with big Kyle Doohan coming up. And as we know, we've seen what he can do. Let's see if Gardner can get us out of this one last jam to give us one more chance behind the plate. 1 out, first and third. One of the best hitters in Maine up. Gardner from the stretch. Looks over at first. And he is going from first. Rometta blocks the low slider. So now we have second and third with one out.
Yeah, smart play there. I mean, that wasn't even a throw over. He had a feeling he might have gone because of that open base, and now you get two runners in scoring position now. Chance to extend the lead to, well, if you get both of these runners in double digits.
And they just intentionally walked Dillon to get away. And now it is bases loaded. I understand trying to get the force out, but Kleblinski's killed us too today. So we'll see what Gardner can do against him.
Yeah, I guess first base open, why not? But I can't say that.
At least now you can bring the corners in to try to get the force out at home, but it's a tough duo.
It is.
Dillon and Kleblinski.
When you're looking at an 8-run game, you want your players to have some confidence.
And that is jacked to deep left center field. And gone! The second grand slam for the Huskies today. I think that just brought an earthquake to Bangor. Like we mentioned, Dillon and Kleblinski. Is that Big Papi and Manny Ramirez in 07?
Well, you said it. You said it on the last Grand Slam. Wow.
This is unreal. The 7th home run today?
That's the 7th home run today.
And it is now 17-5.
Wow.
Huskies. I mean, that was hammered. And that is also hammered to deep left field. Warren back.
Off
the fence. Mike Anguilari, stand-up double. What a game from the middle of this lineup, in front of this lineup for the Huskies. I mean, they're seeing a basketball out there right now.
It's might as well be the home run derby right now because everything is just off to that side and looks to be gone. I mean,
I feel for the Husson pitchers. I mean, Audietis has fought. Smith fought. Ryan Gardner has fought. They just, one pitch of bat, it feels like they're attacking and hitting. It's one of those days, man. I think this is a pinch hitter. Sorry, we're going crazy over the another home run. Looks like it's number 10. No, Sam Economy back up. It's third at bat. Like we mentioned before, he is a Hamden Academy Bronco grad. They had some good teams back in the late 2010s, 2019, 2020. Some very solid Hamden Academy teams. I mean, their field is beautiful. They have a great complex, great school. And that is hit high to left field. Very well hit, but Akira Warren is under it for the second out of the inning. I mean, that was hit hard too, Philip.
Yeah, that one, again, another one that was crushed, but a little too high. Got caught up in the wind. But now with 2 outs now you can breathe easier. I don't know. I really don't know what you would do at a 17-5 game.
When everything looks like it's a volleyball.
First one low in the dirt for a ball. I mean, what do you throw at this point if they're hitting everything? I'm trying to come up with something, but just one of those days. We said it so much today, but it's just one of those days.
No, I mean, there's not much to say. Like, it's just been impressive, to say the least. And I don't know if Husson can do anything better at this point. And a little pop-up towards third. Let's see if Busquet can make the play. And we will head to the bottom of the ninth in a 12-run ball game.
Mission impossible.
I've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah.
I've seen 7 home runs today in 40-degree weather.
Yep.
You never know. We could hit 7 more.
You never know.
We also couldn't. We'll see.
We also couldn't.
We will see. See who will be on the mound for the Huskies to close this game out. I wouldn't say they would throw their number one guy out there.
No, at this
12
point.
runs.
Yeah, no. At this point, I would stick with what you got out there. You don't really need to go to the bullpen in a situation like this. I mean, if it comes to that point where you're starting to look towards the bullpen, I think a 12-run cushion is enough to, you'll see the writing on the wall before it becomes too late, and you can get a guy up and warming up and be warmed up before it becomes a problem. So I really think you just stick with your guns here and stick with what's working. I mean,
it is Kyle Schofield from Gorham, Maine, Gorham High School. He has pitched 6 innings this year and only given up 4 hits and no runs earned. Pretty impressive. We will see if Coach Morris throws in a few pinch hitters or he lets the boys ride. We'll see. It is towards the top of the order, so I'm going to guess he'll let them ride. The only guys that have really been hot today. It's finally getting a little chilly in here. I cannot lie. 17-5 ball game. But thank you again for joining us today. It's been a very, very fun game. I mean, maybe not for us technically, but not for the Husson Eagles. But we have seen some fireworks, that is for sure, early in this season.
Oh, I think it's been fun as a sort of a neutral. It really has been quite a show. I mean, no matter who's winning, it certainly has been just offensive firepower, which what more can you ask for? As we see Akira Warren back up now.
They see if he can start something crazy. I have seen crazier. Schofield with a strike to Warren.
Yeah, first pitch strike there. Good job finding the low corner.
And that is strike 2.
Looks at another one here. Not really a position where you want to be sitting back and waiting. You got to pull the trigger at some point here and try and do something.
Ball 2. Oh, no, ball 1. Was that a knuckleball? Tell me that looked like a knuckleball.
I don't know that looked like a knuckleball, but it was definitely a
Nasty.
lot of movement on that pitch.
Was that a knuckleball?
I don't think that was a knuckleball, but no. No.
Yeah,
well,
strike 3 to
that's the best time to try it when you're when you're up.
I mean, that thing didn't just go left; it went right then left. So I don't know.
Oh, it's windy. It's windy. Let's
guess.
put it up to
Evans fouling off right field. The wind's kind of holding off into the USM dugout. See if Evans can get something going into the next game. It's always a confidence booster. I don't think the Eagles are that much worse of a team than them, though. I think USM is very talented, but this game is just insane.
Yeah, this is very much. This is a one-off. I think if this team plays again 100 times, I don't think we see a scoreline like this. You know, the way this game has gone, I mean, it was all Husson. It was all Husson.
All Husson.
And then Francis came in and then just shut him down and
kind of turned the tide.
Oh, not kind of. He did turn the tide, and then
Bruno came in. Same thing.
It's the same thing, but offensively, you talk about all of the, the walks and the wild pitches and the hit batters, and then a grand slam at one point. It all adds up, and
it does. And I think, like you said, like just getting the runners on, getting the confidence going, and then they come up for the second time, and they just were raking.
Yep.
Absolutely raking. Evans watches one high, and we are to a full count.
Yeah, good eye there. Laying off on that one now to a full count. Again, trying to get something going, if not this game, definitely for next game.
And that's a rip. That could be 2 if it gets through, but he makes a good play left fielder. To keep it with 1, Tanner does get a base knock.
Yeah, Akelar over there able to track that one down. If that one gets into the gap, like you said, that is 2, but
And Jackson Curtis now up. You know what he can do. Let's see if they can keep this going. 1 out. I honestly am surprised he didn't rip that. That was looked like a changeup right down the middle. Maybe he just wanted to see one. Evans with a pretty small lead.
yeah, pretty surprised he didn't go for that one. I mean, he usually offers up on that first one.
That is a tough strike 2 call on the outside corner. Curtis, the other brother compared to earlier, did not like. He took a peek at the back of the ump for that one. Probably frustrated a little bit. I wouldn't blame him.
Yeah, but with how dialed in they've been, it does make sense.
0-2 count. Just on the outside corner. Missed. 1-2 now for Curtis.
See if he'll pull the trigger on this one.
Outside again. Good look there by Curtis.
Yeah,
2-2.
Went right back to that same pitch, trying to get him to go. Good eye from Curtis there to not swing at it, not take the bait.
Little off-speed pitch gets Curtis swinging. See you later.
Yep. Good pitch. I mean, he was always going to swing, wasn't he? He can hit some deep ones, but sometimes you just don't make contact. That was a good pitch.
Can Matt Holmes
Balance.
create something with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, down 12?
This is the last opportunity, so.
He's already hit 1 out. Let's see if he can hit another. Why not? Another pitch I'm surprised he looked at.
I'm with you on that one. I don't know how you don't just.
Those 2 guys
swing the bat
usually
on that
swing
one.
on the first pitch if it's good. And they both just watch the last 2. Change their approach maybe, but down 12, I wouldn't. Ball 1. As we wrap up here, I mean, great day for baseball for an early April game. A little cold, but, I mean, you cannot complain about the game we saw. There has been some fireworks. That is for sure. And that is just absolutely ripped to right field, but foul. Holmes, when he makes contact, that thing comes off that bat with a crazy exit velocity. He might need a wooden bat. Get that metal bat out of his hand. He's going to hurt somebody. 1-2 count to Holmes. Inside, ball 2.
Let's see now.
The payoff
runner will
pitch
go.
Could finish the game here.
In a 12-run game.
And that is deep left field. Matt Holmes
Not gonna
hits
get
the
there.
fence. That could be 3 bases, though. Tough bounce off the fence. Matt Holmes is standing up. Tanner Evans does score. Matt Holmes with a little confidence booster off the deep left center field, opposite field again. That will be a double for him and an RBI. Very solid game for Matt Holmes.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there. Really seeing the ball well on a 2-2 count.
Good base running by Evans to not stop from first. Let's see if Hunter Curtis can keep a little rally going. Now down to 11. Cuts the game down to 11.
One at a time.
And Curtis does swing at the first pitch and fouls it back into the dugout. Hunter Curtis, a junior. And a big
Whoa.
sweeping curveball that does not curve.
No.
Almost takes Hunter Curtis's head off. Be 1-1.
Maybe he tried that knuckler again.
I swear, I'm telling you, that was a knuckleball.
Well,
And that is popped up to left field. Out of play. Foul ball. Curtis is on it, though.
yeah, just a little in front of that one, but
Barely.
barely. Fine margins.
1-2 count here for Curtis. As the sun starts to head over the clouds in the sky. Getting light here. Early April ball game. Glad to be back, though, for sure.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, Rafael Devers watched this game. Big lead at second. And there is a sweeping curveball for strike 3 to end the game. For the Husson Eagles, a 17-6 ball game. Tough finish watching a strike 3 called. USM just unstoppable today behind the plate, but they also did little things like we talked about. I mean, Quigley at second was unreal. LeBlanc at third was very good. The pitching was so solid after the first. After that first inning, Francis came in, was just unstoppable. And then Bruno was unstoppable. I mean, I don't know what else you can ask for Coach Heath. They got some positives come out of here for sure. For Husson, besides the first inning, I think you got to look to the little things. Hitting pitchers, bad base running, a few errors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it all comes back down to that bullpen. Like you said, there were a lot of just little things that they just didn't do. I mean, I'd go right back to those hit batters. Just far too many of them, and those add up. And then you take the bases loaded situation, the grand slam. Sure, that's not always going to happen, but it did. And when it does, I mean, you go from having a 2-run lead to now you're down by 2 and in a bad position. So, but I think Husson did little things. There are some positives to be taken from this. That first inning, like you said, they looked like a good team.
Oh, I mean,
they are a good team.
They are a good team. They can't be distracted after a good weekend and a win at Maine last week. They have to understand the ball looked like a beach ball for the USM Huskies today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we went through how many pitchers? 10? 11? I mean, it's just it's tough to beat that when the ball looks like a beach ball.
Yep. But again, it's opening day. You got still a lot of baseball in front of you, and I think that'll be the message from Coach Morris to his players is, hey, these are going to happen, but make sure they don't happen too often because, you really, really want to avoid days like this, but they will happen.
And I totally agree with you. Philip, thank you so much. I remind you, we're at Winkin Sports Complex. Final score 17-6. And Husson Eagles, next game, we'll have some conference games this weekend against UMaine Prescott at home. So join them back here this weekend. I am Will Cavanaugh. This is Philip Robars. Have a good night.